What's up, guys? Swift here, covering everything Chicago Bears. We had a ton of news from today. Teven Jenkins going to the IR. Our first practice since last week. A ton of healthy players returning to practice. And Ryan Poles telling the world that this team is set up to win now. Let's get right into it. Both Nate Davis and Darnell Wright practiced in full. So did Lucas Patrick, Cody Whitehair, Velus Jones Jr., DeMarcus Walker, Yannick Ngakoue, Tremaine Edmonds, and Chase Claypool. The long list of guys missing practice has dwindled down to just 4 players, and Ryan Poles said none of those 4 are long-term injuries. Teven Jenkins is going to the 4-game injured reserve, but Poles said he was optimistic Teven would be ready to return before then and will be ready to go once he's eligible to return in Week 5. The only guys who missed practice today were Teven Jenkins, Doug Kramer, Dylan Cole, and Jaquan Brisker. That's 4 players total. This team is pretty much healthy heading into next weekend's matchup against the Packers. We just need it to stay that way. Ryan Poles also spoke about Velus Jones and Tyler Scott both developing into punt returners long term. He said both players have a lot of skills in the return game, but they need more experience and to just continue getting comfortable fielding punts. Trent Taylor should help both guys out, honestly. I love how Poles brings in veterans to teach some of the younger guys and help them get better. I trust this coaching staff, but sometimes players themselves can pick up even more from other players. This confirms, though, that Velus Jones Jr. isn't going anywhere. I've said it all along, at least not for another year or so. Poles has given him every chance to develop into a more dangerous all-around weapon. He also said there were never any talks of trading Darnell Mooney. He said that one was funny and he got a good laugh out of it. He also confirmed that Trevis Gibson never requested a trade. They did try to trade him, but he never came into the office and requested one. Gibson confirmed that on Twitter yesterday as well. Trevis is signed with the Tennessee Titans and found a new home. Good for him. If there was any questions remaining about Ryan Poles putting his stamp on this roster, it's been done. 24.7 is the average age of this team if you don't count Patrick Scales, who's just a long snapper. We have one of the youngest rosters in this entire league. Only 9 Ryan Pace draft picks are left on the entire roster, and only 11 players from the Pace era overall. This is now officially Ryan Poles' team. I'll be clear, him cutting Terrell Lewis is probably the move I disagree with the most over the course of the last 18 months, but I trust Ryan Poles. It's curious to me that he cut 2 of our best pass rushers from preseason, though. Both Terrell Lewis and Trevis Gibson were our best and most consistent players when it came to rushing the passer in preseason. It's clear that they wanted to get better play against the run, but it's not really a question. Gibson and Lewis were the best at getting after quarterbacks. Ngakoue and DeMarcus Walker are both back to practicing. They didn't play in the preseason, but they should be ready to go and start week 1. But when it comes to passing situations and third downs and getting after the quarterback, do we have enough on the roster right now? I don't know. This is my first legit question. But Ryan Poles and this coaching staff know more than me. I don't claim to be the smartest guy in the world like some people. Run defense is important. We were the worst in the NFL last year defending the run, and Ngakoue was brought in specifically to get after quarterbacks. You guys just know I was a big fan of Terrell Lewis, so I hope he comes back or at least gets a chance somewhere else. He has a ton of talent. I wish him the best. The biggest takeaway from today's press conference, though, was Poles saying how confident he is in this team. He said the roster is ready to elevate and take their game to the next level now, and I couldn't agree more. He said it's time to be more aggressive towards becoming a championship organization. I don't know what you guys took from that, but to me, Poles seems ready to make a big move if an opportunity presents itself in the trade market. Now, let me be clear, he's never going to mortgage the future like Ryan Pace did, but he is always looking for ways to improve this roster. His work ethic, just like Justin Fields, is tireless. He's completely turned over this roster. Last year was all about laying the foundation and getting guys to buy in. Anybody who was a subscriber last year has heard me talk about laying the foundation probably more times than you can count. This year, though, it's about changing the culture and becoming winners. This is what we've been waiting for. All the clowns and haters that are still doubting because we didn't win many games last year, they want to keep telling us we had the worst record in the league and preach about Justin Fields' record. Keep that same energy. Keep saying Justin Fields is a running back. Keep doubting him. Keep doubting Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus. Just keep the same energy. Because there's one message that I've been talking about since I started this channel, but I haven't said the words in a long time, and I want to say them again because some fans still don't understand it. Ryan Poles is not Ryan Pace or Phil Emery. Justin Fields is not Mitch Trubisky or Rex Grossman. Matt Eberflus is not Matt Nagy. This is a new generation of Chicago Bears football, and I'm ready for it. Are you guys ready for it? Let me know, guys. Hit that like button if you believe in Ryan Poles and these Chicago Bears being different than past regimes. I have faith in the new front office and coaching staff. Give these guys a chance. It's time to start winning football now. Stay tuned. Please remember to hit that like button for me. And until next time, bear down.
Ryan, you talked about coming into this process, the reality being that you guys probably weren't going to be able to fill all of the holes on this roster this offseason. Without giving away where you think those holes may still be, can you put a percentage on how many of those holes you think you all have filled?
Again, it's hard until you start playing. Just being realistic, man. I mean, on paper,
I love Poles.
80%, 75%. But at the end of the day, like when the lights come on and we play a real game, the energy level's different, the speed is different. We'll be able to evaluate that as we go through the season. But I feel good again on paper. I feel good about the progress, and I feel we took a chunk out of what we needed to.
Some of the players we've talked to, talking about like Green Bay and not easing into the season, starting off fast there, knowing that Rodgers is now out of the division. Do you view this as an opportunity for this team to regain an edge in that rivalry?
Yeah, I would say whoever was playing quarterback there, that was going to be the mindset. When it comes to the division, you want to win all those games, and I think I talked about it all the way from the beginning. Like you want to take the division over and really put your flag in it, because that's where it starts, and I feel like that's where you can really, again, move the needle to being a championship caliber team.